everyone, and welcome to yoga. So when you're ready, make your way into hands and knees pose. Open your knees out wide and sit your bum back onto your heels with your arms straight out in front. Try and rest your forehead on the ground if it reaches, and take a few deep breaths. Settling in to this wide-legged child's pose. Gently stretching your back, opening your hips, and connecting to your body, to your breath. When you're ready, lift your head off the mat and walk your hands over to the left hand side, keeping your bum where it is. Stretch your arms out long and then rest your head back down onto the ground. Try to keep both of your shoulders level. Don't let the right shoulder drop. Keep it high. Aiming to stretch the right side of the body. Breathe evenly into both lungs. And when you're ready, we'll flow to the right hand side. So walking your hands over, stretch them out, and if you can, drop your head down to the mat. Check both shoulders are level, and breathe nice and deep. Feel that stretch in the left side of your body. And we'll travel back to centre. Return to wide-legged child's pose, just for another breath. And when you're ready, flow forward onto hands and knees. Get your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips, and we'll do some cat-cow. So if you lift your tailbone to the sky, drop your belly down, drop your chest, and lift your head all the way up. We'll then reverse that by tucking the tailbone, rounding the back, bring your chin to your chest. So in your cat-cow pose, you want to let the spine go up and down, rather than rocking back and forth. Keep feeling that movement. As you inhale to drop your belly, lift your head. And as you exhale to tuck your tailbone, round your spine, push the ground away from you. Going once more, inhale, drop and lift. Exhale, round the back, tuck your chin. Great job. So returning to hands and knees. We're now going to stretch the wrists. So if you turn your left fingertips back to face your left knee, and then sit your bum back towards your heels. It won't touch your heels. Just take the weight back to deepen the stretch into your wrist. If it's too much, take your weight forward. But if you want to go deeper, the weight goes back. Now going on the right side. Turn your right fingertips to face your knee and sit your weight back or take your weight forward. Just depends how your wrist feels. And gently release. Making your way into downward facing dog. So tucking your toes, lift your bum high, heels down. And to begin, you may want to have your knees bent. Push your chest towards your thighs. Really lengthen your spine. Get your bum high. You can practice straightening out the legs and then bending the knees as well. Breathe deeply, and on your next inhale, flow forward into plank. And exhale, knees down, body down to the ground. Keeping your hands where they are, just pull your elbows back and lift your shoulders into cobra. And then take it back to downward facing dog. Lifting the hips high, dropping the heels down, and drawing your chest towards your thighs. Having a deep breath here, exhale out. And on your next in-breath, come back into a plank, Exhale, knees down, hug the elbows in tight and lower your chest down to the floor. Now coming onto the forearms with your elbows underneath the shoulders and hands flat on the floor. Pushing the tops of the feet down into the mat, tucking the tailbone and drawing your belly button in. Pull your chest through the space in between your hands. This is your Sphinx pose. Make sure you breathe really deeply here. And we're going to make our way into a Sphinx twist. So if you take your right hand over towards the left, and then come onto the fingertips of the left hand, but the fingertips should be close towards your body first. You then draw the left shoulder back and drop the right shoulder down to twist your waist. But trying to keep both hips flat on the mat, let the twist come from the waist only. And slowly release, come back to the Sphinx pose, and then take your chest down to the mat. Hands by your sides as you lift into Cobra, elbows back, shoulders lift, chest lifts. And on an exhale, flow back into downward facing dog. Hips high, chest to thighs, heels down. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale chaturanga, knees down, body down. Inhale to Cobra, elbows back. Exhale to downward facing dog. Good job. And we'll inhale forward into plank again. And exhale, take your knees down, your chest down, and return back to your Sphinx pose. So elbows flat, tops of the feet push down, tuck your tailbone, pull your chest through, and draw your elbows back toward your body. We'll now do the twist on this side. So if you take your left hand over towards the right hand, and then come onto the fingertips of the right hand that's close towards your body. Pull the right shoulder back, push the left shoulder down. Use your breath to help you twist and move. On an exhale, return back to Sphinx. Inhale, pull the chest through. And then lie flat on the mat. Hands by your sides. Inhale into your Cobra with your elbows back, shoulders lifted, chest lifted. And exhale, let it out, push it back to downward facing dog. We're going to go for one more flow. So when you're ready, inhale forward into plank and exhale lower down chaturanga. You can do a half press up style this time because we're warmed up. Inhale into upward facing dog, so straighten your arms up, drop your hips down and pull your chest through that space. As you exhale, lift back into downward facing dog. I've got one more little back bend series. So when you're ready, come back into plank, lower yourself down to the mat and return back into your Sphinx pose with forearms on the ground. Draw your elbows back, remember tops of feet down, tailbone tucked. The only difference here is we're going to lift our elbows off the mat so our arms are straight. If this is too intense, you can walk your hands further away from your body. But if you're okay and you want to deepen it, we're going to lift the right hand off the mat and then take it back down. Now lift the left and down. We're really strengthening the back here. Lift the right, take it down, last time, lift the left and drop it down. Great job. Hold in here for one more breath, and when you're ready to exhale, lower down to the mat. Lie your head on top of your hands and maybe shake your hips from side to side. Give your back a rest. We'll take a few breaths here. And when your low back feels okay, lift into downward facing dog. On an inhale, we flow forward into plank. Exhale, lower down to the mat, chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Really hug your belly button in here. Push the hips high. And on your next exhale, take your knees down to the ground. Sit your bum onto your heels, taking a child's pose, with your arms behind you, holding onto your heels. So you can release the heels here. You can just let your arms be long and relaxed as we gently stretch the low back and catch our breath. So now if you can take a hold of your heels, tuck your chin into your chest and try and place the crown of your head onto the mat. Lift your bum away from your heels, but keep holding on to the heels. You should feel your shoulders being drawn back in a gentle rounding and stretch in the low back. Holding here, notice how your breath is. And on your exhale, drop the bum down and bring your hands onto the mat or by the sides of your heels, wherever is most comfortable. And then taking the hands in front, come onto hands and knees, tuck your toes, and we lift into downward facing dog. You can bend one knee at a time, you can shake it out, and then prepare to lift your right leg to the sky. Step your right foot in between your hands, finding your runner's lunge. Drop the left foot down and cartwheel your hands up into warrior two. So hands are out at shoulder height. We deeply bend into the front knee until our knee is above the ankle. Keep that knee open towards the pinky toe, and get equal weight in both feet. And we'll take our hands behind our back, clasp the fingers together. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lift your chest, inhale deeply, and on an exhale, drop your torso on the inside of your right knee and take your hands to the sky. So really make sure you have equal weight in both feet here. Keep that right knee open and let your spine lengthen down towards the floor. On an inhale, rise back to warrior two, hands out at shoulder height. Find your positioning, and then we'll drop the left hand down onto the left thigh. Reach the right hand to the sky and then side bend to the back of the room. And then twist your waist towards the ceiling. So it's a side bend first and then a twist. Keep bending into the front knee, look towards your hand, take a big breath in, and then exhale, return back to warrior two. Inhale to straighten the right leg, bring both feet parallel to one another. Reach your hands to the sky and exhale, fold forward into a wide-legged forward fold. Your hands come down to the mat if they can reach. And we try to have our hands on the inside of the feet. Reach your spine long, crown of head to floor. Having a breath here. And now, if you can turn your left toes to face the back of your mat, bend into the left knee and cartwheel your hands up into warrior two on this side. So reach from fingertip to fingertip. Be nice and strong. And now dropping your right hand back onto your right thigh, reach your left hand to the ceiling and then side bend to the right. And then twist your waist towards the ceiling. So it's a side bend and then a twist, gazing up towards your upper hand. On an inhale, return back to warrior two. Keep bending into the front knee. And then we'll take our hands behind our back, clasp your hands the funny way, so with the opposite finger on the bottom compared to the usual one. Then drop your chest on the inside of that left knee. Keep that left knee open and reach your hands to the sky. With every inhale, lengthen your spine. With every exhale, strengthen your legs. Inhale and rise back. Open your arms out to warrior two. Have a breath. And then again, both feet will come parallel to one another, reach high to the ceiling, and return back into your wide-legged forward fold. Hands to the floor, lengthen your spine to the floor, and relax. Deep breath in. And now turn your right foot to face the front of the mat. Take your hands around that foot and step back into plank. Lower your body down to the floor, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. Stretch your back. Take deep breaths in, hug your belly button in tight. And then bring your knees down to the floor and come to lie on your back. So our next pose is shoulder stand. We have 2 variations for shoulder stand. So the first one, if it's something you haven't tried before or it's something you know you can't do, you're just going to lift your feet up towards the sky. Nice straight legs. You can work with flexing and pointing the toes. But if you're okay with shoulder stand, you're going to roll up onto your shoulders, catch your back with your hands, bring the elbows close together and create space around your neck by drawing your shoulders down. So you're going to engage your pelvic floor muscles here and hug in your low belly. That's going to strengthen your core and help you reach your toes higher to the ceiling. Try and get as deeper breaths as you possibly can get here. Don't worry if they aren't the same as usual. We'll take one more deep breath in, and as you exhale, lower down. Bring your feet onto the mat and lie flat on the ground. Well done. Catch your breath. Feel your body here. Take a wee minute to notice how you feel. And now, if you lift each hip and slide your hands underneath your bum. Your fingers should be slightly touching, your arms should be straight. And then if you can, push the weight into your elbows so your chest lifts, and then drop your head back onto the mat. This is your fish pose. If you want to deepen this pose, bring your hands out from underneath you, let your palms touch and point your fingers down towards your feet. Lift your feet off the ground about 1/2 metre or even just a tiny bit. So you're really engaging your core and legs. Have one breath here, and to release you push into the elbows, inhale as you lift the head up, exhale as you drop your head down. And now bringing your right knee into your chest and then your left. Give them a big hug. Rock from side to side. Loosen off any tightness that's in your low back, that's in your chest or shoulders. Maybe bring your head towards your knees to deepen the stretch in your back. Just move around and do what feels good. But if you feel your back still needs a deeper stretch, you can come up to sit and take a forward fold. So with your legs straight, take the crown of your head towards your feet. Try and keep your spine nice and long. And relax here for a few moments. Listening to the sound of your breath. And once your back feels better and feels stretched, we'll come to lie down on the mat. Bring your right knee into your chest, and then take that right knee over to the left side of your body. So we're twisting the hips. With both of your hands out at shoulder height, try and keep both shoulders anchored down onto the floor. Let the twist come from the low body. Let gravity weigh down that right knee. With every exhale, let go and surrender into the pose. And return back to centre when you're ready. Give that right knee a hug. And switch the legs over. So your left knee comes into your chest, right leg is straightened out. Take the left knee over to the right side of your body, but only so much that that left shoulder stays on the ground. The moment it lifts, that's when you know you've gone too far. Breathing and releasing. Feeling and listening to your body. And we'll come out now. Come back to centre, give your left knee a hug. And then straighten both legs out. That's us ready for Shavasana. So lying flat on the mat or with your knees bent. Take your hands out by your sides with the palms facing up. And just find a position you can relax in for the next 5 minutes. If you have somewhere to be, please feel free just to lie for a minute or so and then go. But if you're okay to continue, find the most comfortable position you can find. Relax your body into the ground and let your breath become soft. Open your shoulders, relax your chest, relax your hips. Let your full body be supported by the mat. Release any tension you may be holding in your jaw, the muscles in your cheeks. Let your eyebrows part and soften the muscles in your forehead. Let your head relax into the ground. Soften in your spine, from your neck down to your tailbone. Release any tension in your glute muscles. Relax your hips. And let both of your legs be long and heavy. Let your whole body be heavy as it nestles into the mat. Relax, relax, relax. And when you're ready, bring your awareness back into your body. Breathing deeper, start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Once you feel more awake, You might want to have a stretch. Maybe bring your knees into your chest. Breathing and moving. Moving and deep breathing. Once you're awake enough, please come up to a seated position, but take your time. Take as long as you need. Sitting cross-legged if that's comfortable, with your palms facing up to the sky. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. I hope you have a lovely day. Namaste.